Oh, yeah. Now, this is a live stream, so if you come in the middle of it when the video's over, you know, we will be responding to comments that's on the screen. For those who don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about The Last Jedi. Now, if you don't want to know anything about The Last Jedi, that's fine. This information may be false, may not be accurate, may not be true. But I will wait and give people time. They probably got to play the food, watching the game. But from what I've heard, it was not as I suspected. If everything is correct from what I heard, am I a little let down? I have to see it play out to see will I be let down. But let's just say I expected a little bit more. So, like I said, that's because my mind's thinking in another direction that they're willing to go. And we still have to see the direction and see how it's played out on the screen to really make a true assessment of what's going on. Oh, look, our city. There it is, the city. Chicago. Chicago. There's no better city in the world. Chicago. My kind of town. Chicago is. It's fun and exciting. Now, okay, we've given people ample time to get in. No, we're not. Now, when Star Wars first started, in The Last Jedi, they continue, right where they left off. You see Starkiller Base explodes. You see the First Order fleeing. And you see Snoke. In the image you see on the screenshot, Snoke appears. And he is yelling at Hux. And he's telling Hux, go get me Kylo Ren. You guys have failed me. So they go get Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's still in med bay. He comes out. He's telling him how he done failed him. And as his punishment, everybody in the galaxy is going to know that he is... he is Ben Solo, son of Han Solo of the Resistance. His identity will no longer be secret. So he's not very fond of that idea. And he's ordered them to go and attack right away against the Resistance. The Resistance look, they know everything. They know where we at. We got to get out of here. So they're packing things up and they're getting out. And before they know it, it's like a whole armada of ships coming out of light speed. And they're just tearing everything up in sight. The rebellion is trying to get away. They're about to get wiped out completely. Finn and everybody else Finn's in the med bay still. And Poe is inside the hangar. He can't even, he's trying to get this ship to go out there and fight. His ship blows up. Everything is destroyed. He told one of the ladies, the mechanics, to stay there with Finn. And the mechanic ends up being the new girl, the Asian girl you see. That ends up, being with Finn. So, Kylo Ren is approaching one of the control room areas. And he senses his mom. And he knows his mom is in there. And she feels him. And they feel each other. We've seen that scene in the trailers. So while he's feeling his mom, he's like, like he couldn't do it. Next thing you know, he's got his hand on the trigger, and another ship comes and hits the control room and blows up. Boom! Blows up the control area. And so they don't show Leia. Kylo Ren's got tears in his eyes, as if she's dead. He goes back, but she actually got to the back. She's okay. She didn't die. So it's like he talked to her and they communicated, and he told her to go to the back. And they was finna blow up the control center. So when they left and went back, they were gonna wipe everybody out completely, and they were saved by the fact that the Laura Dern's character shows up with a whole armada of ships, and they're all assisting to take out the First Order. So the First Order then retreats and gets out of there. They go back in front of Snoke, and Snoke is congratulating them, and he can't understand why. He's like, I'm glad you killed your mom. I know that was a tough decision, but now I know you're really committed to this thing. Way to go. So he's proud of him. He's shocked that Snoke can't sense that Leia is still alive. He's like, wow, I thought I was going to get yelled at. But he does sense Kylo's having some resentment. He can feel that. But him not being able to feel Leia being alive is because the same thing that happened with the Emperor and Darth Vader. When he couldn't sense Luke was on Endor, but Vader could. And that's the connection between parents. Father, son, mother, son. They have a bond and a line he can't understand. So he's not able to feel that connection. So Snoke didn't know she was still alive. But he does feel that Kylo has some resentment towards him. He could feel that. He could feel that shift. It's not gravitating towards him, but it's like resisting him. So anyway, after this is over, they go to Leia and Luke. Now, Princess Leia, she's out here ready to take on the world. I mean, not Leia, but Rey. She's ready to take on the world. She goes to Luke. Luke's like, gives him that lightsaber. He hands it right back. I don't want this. You keep that. He's like, look, this thing is crazy. I don't know who you are, but you can get out of here. And then he looks over there, peeps over her shoulder, and see the Millennium Falcon like, oh no, not this stuff again. Look, I'm out. I don't want no part of this. And she's like, look, I came all the way out here to train with you. I don't care about that. So she's mad. They have a little fire. They talk. She's trying to convince Luke to train her. And he's like, no, I ain't training you. And that's fine. So she's upset. And her anger causes the ground to crack. And Luke is telling her to resist it. And then he decided, let me try to show her something, because he saw her training on her own. And she's pretty good with a lightsaber. Now, Rose, who's the girl, the Asian girl that's in the film, she's there with Finn. She's crying because her sister died in the car crash. Her sister blows up. So now that her sister blew up in the car crash, hold on. Her sister blew up in a car crash. And because her sister blew up in, I mean, not a car crash, but in the plane fight. Her sister blew up in the plane fight. So Finn, that her crying wakes Finn up. Next thing you know, Finn's up out of his deep sleep. They're back talking. And they're going over things and blah, blah, blah. You know, Finn, Poe wishes that he could help out. There's a mission where they got to go save DJ. I'm trying to give you guys the quick version. I don't want to go all through this. I want to give you like the... What's going on? Okay. We are back. They had me knocked off for a minute. But we are now back live. Now, like, I'm trying to give you the meat and potatoes of the deal. You know, Leia's basically telling them... Leia's basically informing the First Order. Not the First Order. Well, I'm glad you're still here. Leia's basically informing Poe. Poe's like, man, I feel like I could be doing more. And she slaps Poe in the face. Slap! Like, don't you realize it's more than just being some fighter pilot? There's more to you than just flying a plane, blowing stuff up. You're going to have to lead these people out of here. You're going to have to be the leader of the resistance. You're going to take on more responsibility. Slaps Poe, tells him he's tagging along with Finn. Kylo Ren meditates and realizes he knows where the base is, where Luke is, as I told you in the beginning, in The Force Awakens. When he's mind probing her, he goes through the actual base. He's like, I see the water, I see the beach. He ignores it. But he actually had saw the map of where they were. So he finds Octu, where they are located, through his mind. So now that he finds out where they are, he goes over there with his troops. Luke wipes out his troops immediately. Kylo Ren starts fighting with Rey, knocks her into the water. She comes out and he's like, look, I'm not here to kill you. I'm just trying to get you to come with me. He can unlock all the answers you're looking for. So come with me. So she ends up leaving, and Luke comes over there to try to stop it, but he's too late. She leaves with Kylo Ren to go talk to and find out what's going on with we went to find out what's going on with Rey. I got this cold and it's killing me. So now Rey's in front of Snoke. Snoke's telling her she's the one, like she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And Kylo's looking like, what am I? What in the world am I? If you saying Rey is all this, what about me? So she starts arguing with him. They get into an argument. Next thing you know, Snoke is trying to suck all her power away. And he just started going to work. Sucking all her powers. And that's when you sent her all bent over. And he's just sucking her life force away. And he orders Kylo Ren to kill her. Kylo can't bring himself to kill Rey. And so he ordered the guards to kill Kylo Ren. As he tells Kylo, you are nothing but a pawn. Like, nobody needs you anyway. You're weak. So he realizes that what his father told him was true. Snoke was just using him to get what he wanted. And what he wanted was Rey, wasn't his whack self. So he felt used, and after that, it was on. Okay, sorry about this. I'm getting lost out here. But anyway, so Kylo Ren turns against Snoke, kills the guards that's around there, and then he tries to go after Snoke. Snoke hits him with a force blast, boom, knocks him out of the room, and he's still sucking the life force out of Rey. And who comes in? Luke Skywalker, and he goes right after Kylo Ren. And while he's after Kylo Ren, he's got the lightsaber going. Kylo's telling him, no, I'm with you. We gotta go against Snoke. Then he realizes, oh, my bad. All right, let's go get Snoke. So Luke starts fighting with Snoke, and he says, get Rey, grab her and get her out of here. So they grab Rey, and they take Rey out of there. Luke is fighting with Kylo. My mom is really on my last nerve right now. My last nerve. You don't tell somebody who's been driving for 2 hours to make a trip somewhere. Not good at all. I can't even sit down and watch the game. But anyway, after this, Luke and Rey leaves. Luke and Kylo Ren leaves. Rey and Kylo Ren, they leave. DJ made a deal to go to the dark side or whatever to work with them to save himself. And we don't know what happens between Luke and Snoke when they fighting each other. But we do know Luke and Snoke go their separate ways. Rey is entirely different. Something's wrong with Rey. She's fighting, but she's angry all the time. She doesn't know it. So after the end of this big battle, Kylo Ren pretends like he's still part of the First Order to trick the troops to go in a certain way so the rebels can get him. And Rey is out there on the front lines battling, and something crazy happens. And that something crazy is Snoke shows up, tells Rey that she's the chosen one, and that Luke Skywalker killed her mother. And she had an image, she saw an image of her mom laying dead, and there was a stormtrooper standing there and said, Luke Skywalker killed your mom. And come with me and I'll tell you everything that you need to know. And she runs off with Snoke. And Luke and them, they go and take Leia. It was an invasion. Leia's in a coma because of an explosion. So Princess Leia's in a coma. They don't really kill her off. She's in a coma. They go and retreat. Luke and Kylo Ren and the rest of them retreat and go to someplace else. Finn and Poe. We don't know. It's sketchy about Luke. We don't know what happens to Luke. We don't know if Luke is dead or what happens. It's kind of murky there. Ever since Luke was in that throne room, I don't know what happened with Luke, period. That part is dark. So, now this is the truest story we've ever gotten to form. So it's kind of saying that Rey's father could be a stormtrooper, which we totally doubt. But we still kind of don't get any answers. But now it's like Rey's going to the dark side. Kylo Ren comes back to the light. So they switch places. Finn comes out of it, still obsessed about Rey. He sees Rey. He yells no as he sees Rey goes in there with Snoke. Now, Snoke, who's a wilt, is able to use telepathy with his mind and put all these thoughts in people's heads, like he did Kylo Ren. And he may have very well put these thoughts in Rey's head to make her believe that that Luke Skywalker killed her mom. Now, like I said, this might not be true, so we don't know. We might have been fed lies and get a surprise that we're not expecting. I'm expecting to see a surprise that's not even in the script that I just gave you. So you can take it how you want to take it. I'm out.